One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. Never believe your wife if she says she has forgiven resentment. Great decisions in the country of thought and momentous discoveries and solutions of problems are only possible to an individual working in solitude. The dream is the liberation of the spirit from the pressure of external nature, a detachment of the soul from the fetters of matter. Our memory has no guarantees at all, and yet we bow more often than is objectively justified to the compulsion to believe what it says. Just as no one can be forced into belief, so no one can be forced into unbelief. The great question that has never been answered, and which I have not yet been able to answer, despite my 30 years of research into the feminine soul, is what does a woman want? Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. A woman should soften but not weaken a man. Religion is a system of wishful illusions together with a disavowal of reality. Life, as we find it, is too hard for us. It brings us too many pains, disappointment and impossible tasks. Love and work are the cornerstones of our humanness. The only person with whom you have to compare ourselves, is that you in the past. And the only person better you should be, this is who you are now. Everyone has wishes which he would not like to tell to others, which he does not want to admit even to himself. Before you diagnose yourself with depression or low self-esteem, make sure that you are not surrounded by fools. We choose not randomly each other. We meet only those who already exists in our subconscious. We are never so defenseless against suffering as when we love. One thing about human beings puzzles me the most is their conscious effort to be connected with the object of their affection even if it kills them slowly within. No one who, like me, conjures up the most evil of those half-time demons that inhabit the human breast, and seeks to wrestle with them, can expect to come through the struggle unscathed. The interpretation of dreams is the royal road to a knowledge of the unconscious activities of the mind. Out of your vulnerabilities will come your strength. No, our science is no illusion. But an illusion it would be to suppose that what science cannot give us we can get elsewhere. The behavior of a human being in sexual matters is often a prototype for the whole of his other modes of reaction in life. Words and magic were in the beginning one and the same thing, and even today words retain much of their magical power. Most people do not really want freedom, because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. The doctor should be opaque to his patients and, like a mirror, should show them nothing but what is shown to him. A civilization which leaves so large a number of its participants unsatisfied and drives them into revolt neither has nor deserves the prospect of a lasting existence. The creative writer does the same as the child at play. He creates a world of fantasy which he takes very seriously. Words have a magical power. They can bring either the greatest happiness or deepest despair. Words are capable of arousing the strongest emotions and prompting all men's actions. Immorality, no less than morality, has at all times found support in religion. Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. Neurotics complain of their illness, but they make the most of it. And when it comes to taking it away from them, they will defend it like a lioness her young. Children are completely egoistic. They feel their needs intensely and strive ruthlessly to satisfy them. The first indication of stupidity is a complete lack of shame. When inspiration does not come to me, I go halfway to meet it. We are what we are because we have been what we have been. Dreams may be thus stated. They are concealed realizations of repressed desires. A father's death is the most important event, the more heartbreaking and poignant loss in a man's life. Dreams with a painful content are to be analyzed as the fulfillment of wishes. Friendship is an art of keeping distance while love is an art of intimacy. What progress we are making in the Middle Ages, they would have burned me, now they are content with burning my books. In the small matters trust the mind, in the large ones the heart. Men are more moral than they think and far more immoral than they can imagine. Religion is an illusion and it derives its strength from the fact that it falls in with our instinctual desires. Beauty has no obvious use, nor is there any clear cultural necessity for it. Yet civilization could not do without it. I have found little that is good about human beings on the whole. All family life is organized around the most damaged person in it. Limited sex leads to increasing the value of sex. Without love we fall ill. The mind is like an iceberg, it floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water. Love and work, work and love, that's all there is. Neurosis is the inability to tolerate ambiguity. The voice of the intellect is a soft one, but it does not rest until it has gained a hearing. The first human who hurled an insult instead of a stone was the founder of civilization. Dreams are often most profound when they seem the most crazy. From error to error, one discovers the entire truth. He who knows how to wait need make no concessions. If youth knew, if age could, if children could, if adults knew, there are no mistakes. Anatomy is destiny. My love is something valuable to me which I ought not to throw away without reflection. When one does not have what one wants, one must want what one has. Everyone owes nature a death. America is a mistake, a giant mistake. Where such men love they have no desire, and where they desire they cannot love. Where does the thought go when it's forgotten? History is just new people making old mistakes. The only shame in masturbation is the shame of not doing it well. In the depths of my heart, I can't help being convinced that my dear fellow men, with a few exceptions, are worthless. Men are strong so long as they represent a strong idea, they become powerless when they oppose it. The more the fruits of knowledge become accessible to men, the more widespread is the decline of religious belief. We enter the world with loneliness and lonely leave it.